Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown's Odyssey to the Oscars, where we bring the Academy Awards home on a budget. In case you don't hear it, I have my Echo Show providing some audio ambience for our final review for our 5th annual Cinema Dig. In case you're new around here, that is a cinema shindig, because really you can't have a rainbow without rain. And speaking for myself and the entire team here, we've been privileged enough to ride out this golden rainbow throughout the week to the very end of its color one, which is right here, right now, with the official CBS Watch Collector's Edition magazine celebrating 75 years of a holiday tradition. The untold story of an American classic. That would be The Wizard of Oz. 2 Oscars to its name. Best Original Score, and of course, Best Original Song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. By the way, I'm actually kind of feeling under the weather right now, so there's no more opportune time if you're under the weather to actually take a trip over the rainbow. With this, you also get an illustrated history of the movie's first TV broadcast. CBS is the only one of the major alphabet networks to do an annual telecast of The Wizard of Oz each and every holiday season. Yes, TBS does it too and a few other cable channels, but not that much. The Tiffany Network is the only network, the major alphabets, to do so each and every year. By the way, Watch is the official and exclusive publication for CBS, so it's not that easy to find. But yet I found it for 44 cents. That's right, 50% off the price of 99 cents. Pocket change for something like this out of a retail price of $9.99. Of course, this is fairly standard. You have color and behind-the-scenes photos, and of course stills from the film itself, biographies of cast and crew, of course including Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion, and little Dorothy, and of course those ruby red slippers, which deserve a biography of their own. The immortal Julie Garland, too. And of course you have a biography of the author of The Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum. You also will know how Technicolor played a very important role in the movie's magic and its ever-enduring aesthetic appeal. All that good stuff is in here. And it's behind-the-scenes stories just as epic as what takes place on screen. But for this review, given the fact that I have a Wizard of Oz book around here, and I will link that below, that review of it, I thought we'd keep this to what you didn't know about the Wizard of Oz. Like the stars who nearly booked roles for it. Buddy Ebsen, W.C. Fields, Shirley Temple. Her studio, 20th Century Fox, did not want to loan her to MGM for such a role. Why, Darryl F. Zanuck? Why? And Gail Sundergaard. But what really struck me was Leo the Lion nearly booking the role of the Cowardly Lion. But Law, comedic powerhouse, would later occupy that role to such picturesque perfection. And take it from me, somebody who's actually seen bits and pieces of The Wizard of Oz in its entire life, not the entire thing, and a few VHS openings of The Wizard of Oz, I have to say, my respect for this film runs deep. But Leo the Lion nearly playing the Cowardly Lion, by the way, you know Leo the Lion, the official mascot for MGM. Countless lions had occupied his role in the MGM logo. Arts gratia artis, I believe. Art for art's sake. Watch. As if it wasn't enough to open the show with that, you have Leo the Lion of today in CGI. Which begs the question, live action or CGI for the new MGM logo as it approaches its 100th anniversary, I believe in a year or 2. Moving on, we should let the numbers speak for themselves here. Wonderful Numbers of Oz. Creating an entirely new world for the screen involved some pretty staggering figures. I'll list them all here. 48 heightened inches of Meinhardt Lobby, corner of Munchkinland in The Wizard of Oz, as well as the shortest fighter pilot in World War II. 2,300 sequins it took to cover all of Dorothy's ruby slippers. $125 for Terry the dog who played Toto, as his weekly salary. MGM paid $75,000 for the rights to L. Frank Baum's book in 1933. When adjusted for inflation in 2015, because that's exactly when this magazine was published, 2015, that would equal to $1,332,197.47. It costed $80,000 to film the Jitterbug scene in which Dorothy and friends are beset by the Wicked Witch's dance-inspiring insect minions. Maybe that's where the term Jitterbug came from. Jitterbug, a dance that was very popular in the 50s. Does it sound familiar? That's because the scene was cut. And 18. That's the age difference in years between actresses Billy Buck and Margaret Hamilton. Buck as Grinner was 54, while Hamilton, playing the more aged-looking Wicked Witch, was only 36. This is a detailed timeline, date for date, year by year, photo by photo even, of the entire pre-production, principal photography, post-production, and of course, cinema release timeline process regarding The Wizard of Oz. You have press materials in here in black and white. You have initial reviews from the critics who first saw The Wizard of Oz on the big screen back in the day, and of course, a tribute to its legacy. And as promised, an illustrated history of the first broadcast on CBS, way back when. A few years into their annual telecast, CBS decided that they would have some major stars in its lineup introduce The Wizard of Oz. I'm sorry, Odyssey to the Oscars. If I could book some major stars to introduce my Odyssey to the Oscars series every year for a few reviews, oh, how dynamite would that be? But that would put a major dent in my pocketbook, and I'm not prepared for that expense yet. And then a few years into it, CBS said, well, they didn't really want to dilute the magic of The Wizard of Oz by having major stars introduce the film and providing, commentary or introducing it through commercial breaks. Once again, rejoining the audience, so to speak. By the way, these are all The Wizard of Oz memorabilia items that were sold at auction. And yes, that includes the infamous ruby red slippers. So, aside from the standard behind-the-scenes tidbits, profiles of the stars, human and non-human, and an introduction by Robert Baum, son of L. Frank Baum Jr., author of The Wizard of Oz, it's what you didn't know about this timeless family film that will really hook you. And again, take it from me, someone who hasn't seen The Wizard of Oz in its entirety yet. If you got to the end of a rainbow and you got this instead of a pot of gold, I think you'd be set. So it gets all 5 claps. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, why can't I find the stuff that Pete does that takes me back to my happy childhood? If I did it, you can too. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for my wrap-up series, where I'll tally up all the items I reviewed, all the videos done for this series, as well as give a few of my Oscars predictions. Although I'm not really a big predictor of things, I look forward to it. And of course, I hope you had a lot of fun checking out this series. From myself and the entire team, thank you for writing out this golden rainbow throughout the week here at the Thrift Store Rundown, where when it comes to bringing Hollywood home on a budget, especially around Oscar season, we always kick it up a notch. Tomorrow's another awesome day, so long as I catch you on the flip side. Until then, stay golden and stay safe.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow.